This is smilejos67. Welcome me back with Dax Isidoreth Hispalensis, and what I'm going to do is, since we've got ESO Plus at the moment, let's go find Seht for Sil. Because that to me makes sense. Because while I've still got ESO Plus for a little bit, which I think's only got another day with me, so I've got one lot of recordings. Oh, let's go find. First thing do, behind us there is North Point. So I'm going to find the North Point Waste Shrine and then carry on. See if we can find out about Seht off a Sil. Get to meet him. That's what I want to do. At some point we've got to do Alexia. I want to pick up that stuff. And then we've got to clear up some of the places on fire. I just ran straight through them all. But anyway, there's the waste shrine around the side. You know what, I would put waste shrine into a defensive lookout. Walls around it, so anybody coming in the way can find if need be. But also, here we go, so they can't get into your town, so we'll put it in a, like, keep prison, whatever. Okay, now, ask the aids about Sofa Sil. We're doing that. I guess Clockwork City makes sense. Yes, there they are. Okay, so let's go to the Brustfort Shrine. Oh, that was an unclear bit of a noisy entrance, I think. Anyway, who we're going to talk to first? Oh! Look at that. Hey, it's riding properly. AIDS. Where are we? Go. What's on the bulletin? Quest. Distance needed for Factum experiment. Started the precursor. Basically, then on the Clockwork process most urgently presses the able body assist. Anyone participants will be asked to locate a missing component for an experimental experiment involving factotum construction. Applicants should report associate Xanon's workshop in the Factor District. Conversation will be reported to the task. Now I think, no, let's drop that. Always come back to that. Another one, Strangeness of Seht, what we're up to. Let's go inside. No. Okay, one of them here. This device. Quest all over the place.
You're Lord Fear's newest steward, huh? Can we talk later? If I don't finish this lamp inventory, Gascon will feed me to the fabricants.
Lamp inventory?
Yeah, Gascon must know how much I love doing paperwork. A few days ago, Sotha Seal ordered us to rip out all the lamps in here and replace them with less efficient ones. What kind of sense does that make? Who wants weaker lamps?
Doesn't make sense. What are you doing with the old lamp?
A bunch of factotums loaded them onto a dolly and dumped them somewhere in the mechanical fundament. Hey, I know that look. If you're looking to poach a free lamp, don't bother. Gascon made us slag them all. And that's not even the worst part.
What's the worst part?
Half the old switches don't work with the new lamp, so we've had to manufacture new switches, and half the time the switches get installed backwards, which means we have to do it all over again. Even the factotums don't know what they're doing.
That does sound frustrating, but...
And don't even get me started on the lamp assembly. Sotha Seal could have turned the fabricators to make the new lamps with a flick of his finger, but he demanded that we do it instead. Do you have any idea how complex the fabricators are?
I don't, but I really have to go. Good luck. Interesting. Right, where's the next one? One to the left, one to the right. Here is Nidaran.
So you're Devathir's new auxiliary, eh? Tough luck, friend. I've heard he's an insufferable bastard, but at least he's not Sotha Seal. Better to be turned into a guar than to serve the Clockwork God.
Oh, that sounds bad for the Clockwork God. Like working for Sotha Seal. Seems to be crazy at the moment.
Not anymore. In the old days, sure. He was easy to please because he was never around. These days, he changes his mind about something every night. Constant meetings, new dictums daily, adjustments to factotum patrols. It's a nightmare.
Sure he hasn't always been this way? You said he was never around.
Trust me, this is unprecedented. I'm afraid something's wrong with his enhancements. Like he's having trouble regulating. He's a different person, I swear. Don't tell anyone I said this, especially Gascon. Blasphemy doesn't go over well nowadays.
Blasphemy?
Yes. Speaking ill of a god never turns out well. In the old days, he'd take it in stride. Commit your small blasphemies, he'd say. The fire of doubt turns ignorance to steam. But not anymore. This place is becoming more like Mournhold every day.
You bet you're from Mournhold. But, it's rather vulnerable there. Certainly in a fight. Sorry to hear that. I'll keep going.
Right. I'm sure you have plenty of work to do for Lord Fear. He's back a few days and already burying you in paperwork, no doubt. Take care of yourself, friend.
He's giving me action rather than paperwork. Like my job, it's more active. I used to work in paperwork as an accountant. Apparently I'm being far more active, which is more fun.
So you're the one Devath tapped to be his aide in the Brass Fortress. Sorry to hear that. Provost Varuni's ancestors hail from House Telvanni, just like Lord Fear. But honestly, they couldn't be more different.
Interesting. Another negative comment. So what's it like working for Provost Varuni?
Not as bad as you might expect. She's young, youth comes with impatience, but I've never felt unfairly judged, and she's generous with her praise. Honestly, if I had the choice between serving Varuni or Sotha Seal, I'd take Varuni every time.
Sotha Seal was difficult to work for.
Now more than ever. I don't pretend to understand his motives, but he's never been so demanding. One example? He insists that we turn all the lights down before he enters a room. Do you have any idea how difficult that is? It's maddening!
Well, given what we've just heard about the lights switches, and they're a mess basically, understandably difficult. If we were all working properly, we'd be fine. And I guess the reason why he wants the lights turned down is because maybe it's not really soft. I guess. Is flipping switches that difficult?
Huh, flipping switches. That's rich. Each lamp has its own switch and some lamps have multiple switches. And if that isn't bad enough, some switches control multiple lamps. He's a god, I know, but it shouldn't take a genius to turn on the lights.
Sounds frustrating.
Don't even get me started. Varuni might demand some obscure tome in the middle of the night or chide someone for leaving oil on the floor, but that's the worst of it. Sotha Seal exiled an auxiliary last week because she forgot to switch off a lamp.
Thanks for letting me know all that. I should get going.
Right, don't let me keep you. I can't imagine how demanding Devaith Thea must be. Better you than me, that's for sure. Keep your nose to the cogs and you'll be fine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to flip 24 switches. Again.
Maybe marking and labeling. Okay, what's next? Talk to Devaith Thea. And he is... Oh. That's handy. Think we got enough time in this episode?
Were you treated well by the menials? I assume they battered you with complaints. What have you learned?
Officer was definitely behaving strangely. He's made lots of odd demands.
Yes, well, I could have told you that. That's why I sent you here after all. What kinds of demands? Be specific.
Now, that's what I came to tell you. He makes the servants darken rooms before he enters and demanded that some lamps be replaced.
The lamps in the locutorium, yes? The large assembly room over there? The auxiliaries and factotums have been laboring in there day and night ever since we arrived. Curious. What can lights have to do with this? Well, there's only one way to find out.
Expose him to the light.
Impressive. I assumed I'd have to explain it to you. Of course, this requires a functional lamp. I assume he ordered them destroyed. Speak to that high elf of yours, Neramo. The dark elf as well. We need one of these lamps repaired and operable.
Aha, so who are elves are for? Right, I'll go find Neramo and Raynor. Now, where am I going? Oh, out the door, because I see the marker on there. And, given that this one is already 12 minutes, that will be the end of this exciting episode of Dax Isidoreth Hispalensis, and he will carry on at the next one. Be well.